All right, everyone. Eric Adams has abandoned the Democratic Party. Yes, indeed. He has decided to go nonpartisan. He's not joining the Republicans, which is probably wise considering the fact that he's running for the mayoral seat in fucking New York City. Being a Republican in such a case is probably a bad idea. Eric Adams has decided to abandon the Democrats, though. And at first, when I saw this, I thought that it was a meme, actually. I thought that it was not true. It turns out it actually is true. Eric Adams has effectively turned his back on the Democratic Party. Now, I wonder why. Could it be the fact that they tried to prosecute him on spurious charges? I mean, every politician is corrupt, so, corruption charges would generally stick, actually. But you did that for political reasons. Okay, that might be one reason. Could it be the fact that you effectively called him a goddamn Oreo and made racial references towards him? Because Joe Biden can do no wrong, of course, because his vice president happens to be a black female. It could have something to do with that. Yeah, who knows? I don't blame him in any way, shape, or form. The corruption charges against him, let's make something clear. The corruption charges are probably apt. That is that Eric Adams probably did embezzle campaign funds. But show me the man and I'll show you the crime. The fact is that most politicians engage in that same behavior. They went after him 2 weeks later, of course. Very, very coincidental timing. They went after him because he spoke out against Joe Biden's border policy. That's literally all. They went after his campaign manager first, and then they went after him. They did this because he spoke out. They didn't do this because there was some grave, terrible corruption going on, because grave, terrible corruption is going on in virtually every administration. Biden has engaged in it. Kamala has engaged in it. Elizabeth Warren has engaged in it. Schumer has engaged in it. All of these people, Republicans too, Mitch McConnell and so forth, they all engage in corruption. They all embezzle funds. But when somebody doesn't toe the line, when they step out of line and they speak out against the administration, that's when they get nailed. Eric Adams learned this the hard way. He has decided to abandon the Democratic Party. And I don't blame him in any way, shape, or form. He's still a liberal. He's still on the left wing of politics. And he's not going anywhere. He's going to continue being a liberal. That being said, at the very least, he's no longer a partisan and has effectively told the Democratic Party, fuck you. And the reason why he's done that is because he got shafted by them. They didn't like the fact that he decided to speak out against the border policy. And so they said, well, okay, well, we'll prosecute you. That's what happened. He got prosecuted because of the fact that he decided to step out of line. Nothing more, nothing less. He stepped out of line, and he decided to speak out against the administration, and he did this partially for self-serving purposes. Don't get me wrong. Eric Adams is mostly in it for himself. What happened is that he said, well, the public, generally speaking, is not really in favor of what's going on at the border. I've got a big problem. I've got several 100,000 people in my city that are here illegally, and I gotta house these bastards. It's going to be a big problem. But we don't have the money to do that, and the Biden administration's not giving us the money to do that. Well, what can I do? Hey, I know. I'll just speak out against the Biden administration. Again, coincidentally, 2 weeks later, the corruption charges were brought. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. The fact is that the Biden administration attacked Eric Adams, and the Trump administration, oddly enough, a fucking Republican administration, decided to defend him. This makes a whole lot of sense, by the way. It's something that was on my bingo card. No, it wasn't. I never thought I'd see something like this in my life, actually. Eric Adams, a black liberal Democrat, is getting thrown under the bus by a Democratic administration, getting bailed out by a Republican administration led by someone who is supposedly the retarded version of Adolf Hitler. Yeah, this makes a great deal of sense. It's totally normal. No, it's not normal. Eric Adams was shafted by the Biden administration for speaking out. It's the same as with, like, Elon Musk, for example. And you can look this up for yourself. Elon Musk was the love child, basically, of every liberal in the world. He's going to save this planet by making EVs. Through Tesla and stuff like that, and with lithium batteries and all of this wonderful things. He was going to save the world. Now all of a sudden, he's far right, he's a Nazi, he's a terrible person, and we're going to go and attack random Teslas because Elon bad, South African man bad. It makes absolutely no sense. The political atmosphere right now can best be described as completely nonsensical more than anything else. Donald Trump is effectively legally helping a Democrat mayor of New York who was thrown under the bus by a Democratic administration, while the dude that's making electric vehicles is now considered far right. Yeah, that's where we're at. Politically. That's about all. Peace out.